Hello, and thank you for joining us for the Alone Together meditation series. My name is Sarah McLean, and I was thinking about how long I've been meditating, and it's been 30 years, a little over 30 years. And for those of you who are just getting started, you're right on time. It's never too late to learn. And you're just going to pick up where you left off last lifetime. I'm just kidding. It could be that, though. Anyway, it's great to see you here, and I don't know about you, but meditation has changed my life in so many ways. I used to be very, very anxious with serious anxiety disorder and really depressed. And of course, I would never let anyone see me as I'm talking aloud. I'd probably cover my face or hide, and I wouldn't actually be in public. So it has taken 30 years for me to be here, but I feel really present, stable, and comfortable in my skin. And I want the same for you. I want you to be able to be flexible when you hear the good news or the bad news, so that you can write your course, and to be able to withstand just about everything life tosses your way. So we're in the middle of our lockdown here in California again. And it's really changed the way we're operating with our teacher training, because we've always been doing it where people join the program and then they come to an intensive with me in person, whether it's in Sedona, Arizona, or somewhere in Europe, or in California. And it's been amazing because we've just had to cancel one intensive after another. So this leads to kind of a new model. I'm sure we've all gotten sort of a new model for our lives. And our new model is that we're going to be doing a lot of our training online. But look, this is where it all begins. This is where you are. This is how we teach. And this is how people learn to meditate. I'm sure some of you are brand new to meditation. And there's probably some reason you're meditating, not just because we're here and you can join us, but there's something deep inside you, some driving force or commitment that you have. And I invite you right now to consider what that is, whether it was a commitment you made to yourself 30 years ago, or whether it's the commitment you made to yourself right before this call. So every meditation is informed, every one of your meditations is informed by this commitment, this resolve, this, it's like a seed, a potentiality that you know is there, and meditation helps to make it a reality. I was writing about intention and desires, or editing about it, because I was editing my book, and I love the phrase that intention is like a doorway between the unmanifest and the manifest. Your intention is like a doorway between the unmanifest, the possibility of its manifestation, and the manifest, the experience of it in your life. And a lot of times that doorway is opened with meditation. It's not that your dreams will come true. It's not that you're wishing for it to become a reality is going to make it happen, but you certainly empower your intentions with diving deep into the stillness that meditation offers and nourishing that seed of desire. And as you walk through the world with your awareness clear and present, being mindful of opportunities and synchronicities, you notice that life might meet your desires, that your desires are fertilized and start to sprout. They may not be what you thought they were, but you recognize them as that's what I was looking for. So what is your resolve or your intention for your meditation practice or your life? For me, I told you earlier, I had such debilitating anxiety, the kind where I'd have to pull over on the side of the road and just start crying or shaking, or wet my pants, or couldn't breathe or speak. I mean, it doesn't seem possible, right? Because here I am, you can't really shut me up. But it really is true. That's really how I was. I had no sense of confidence or sense of self. And this happened for a really long time. And I realized it was because I really didn't feel safe. And I think that can happen to a lot of us, where the stressors accumulate, whether they're from our family or of origin, or from the news, or from the sort of disruption of your daily life. And it can send you into a trajectory where the stress keeps you from seeing yourself clearly and knowing that you are loved. So that was my intention when I first learned to meditate, was I really wanted to feel that love force. I thought I wanted to feel love from another person. I knew I wanted to be in love, but I didn't know actually what love was. As I even say the words right now, wanting to be in love, in that field of love, in that force field or source field of love. I didn't even know what I wanted, but that's what I thought I wanted, was love. So 30 years later, I certainly feel like I swim in that world. I swim in that ocean of love. I live in this field of love. I live with the awareness that love is living through you as you, and it's living through me as me, and it's living through everyone and everything. And now I'm not trying to be Pollyanna-ish, but I also find complete confidence in the unfolding of this creation, what's happening here and now. And though it can feel unsafe because of this disruption and the stressors, maybe we have to find the safety and security and wisdom in this uncertain time. So, what is your intention? What is your desire? What is your resolve? If you feel like you'd like to put that in the chat, of course, it's really helpful to put your attention, which is energy, and I would say love, on your intention, which is that information. And as you know, as I said earlier, is your desires are the doorway between the unmanifest and its manifestation. So you've heard it before. Every meditation really has 3 ingredients. The first is your resolve, accompanied with your intention. The second is your gentle, non-judgmental, expanded heart attention. So you simply pay attention with no conditions. It's unencumbered. And then the third ingredient is whatever we put our focus on, the object of focus. And today, now that I'm sitting in this conversation with you, I think I know what we want to do. I think we'll go to one of my favorite meditations, which you're probably familiar with. We'll do a particular breath that I love. Before we do that, we'll start with that, and then we'll move into some other techniques. Before I start with that, would you consider pointing to yourself? Just point to yourself. Quite often, we point to ourselves by touching our heart or somewhere in here. We rarely go like this or like this. We point to this or touch our heart center. I would like to suggest that maybe this is the seat of your soul or the center of your awareness. And so we're going to practice the heart-centered breath to start. And the heart-centered breath is simply a breath where you imagine that you're breathing in and out of this heart space. You can imagine a light, you can feel a warmth, you can imagine that you're being breathed. You do it your way, but it's better to draw your attention here than what we often do, which is up here, which feels so much closer than our heart or our toes. So let's drop the awareness into the heart center, and you can start doing it now while you listen to me. Just bringing your attention right here and imagining that the breath is moving in and out. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable to you, you can drop your attention even further down, maybe breathing in and out of your hara, your solar plexus, your dantian, whatever is your preference. And we'll just breathe like this. This activates the innate qualities of the heart. The heart is more magnetic than the brain and has many neurons, not as many neurons as the brain, but has many thinking cells. And the brain and the heart are very correlated. So whenever you feel a certain emotion and your heart responds, The brain responds. Whenever you feel a happiness or joy, the heart responds, the brain responds, and then the whole body gets the benefit. The same is true for when you are stressed or anxious or upset. The heart responds with a little more discordant beat, which sends a signal to the brain, which then sends a signal to the entire body in relationship to the hormones it releases. So now I invite you to get really comfortable, if you're not already, and softly close your eyes or gaze downward toward the floor. And you can continue the heart-centered breath for a little bit. It's all right if you don't feel anything in particular. You don't have to feel any particular emotion or sensation. Simply see, feel, or imagine that the breath is moving in and out from the heart center. We'll continue to do this, but let's take a short pause as you begin to scan your body to be sure you're completely comfortable. As you soften your face, lower your shoulders, soften your belly. Notice the sounds around you and the sensations that are present. Welcome everything. And then return your attention to the heart center. In and out. From here, you can ask yourself a question. You can ask yourself, who am I really? Who is this one breathing in and out of the heart center? Ask yourself a couple of times and then return to the heart-centered breath. Don't worry about making up an answer or hearing one. Simply asking is important. Who am I? And letting go of that question and any answers that might have met it. Bring your attention now to the gentle flow of your breath. You might stay with the heart-centered breath, or you notice that you feel it more prominently in your nostrils or your throat or your belly. Noticing the way the body responds to the breath. Let your breath charm you. And even if you get interrupted by a thought or an idea or a physical sensation, bring the attention back to the breath, being gentle and kind to yourself. Tune into the subtleties of flow and temperature, of movement and pauses. And now we'll introduce a mantra along with the breath. The mantra is in Sanskrit, and it means, I am pure love. You don't have to believe it in order to say it. In Sanskrit, the inhale is aham. I am aham. The exhale is prema. Prema. Aham prema. Pure love. The repetition of this mantra is very gentle, like a whisper. Aham on the inhale, prema on the exhale. There's no need to force or enunciate this mantra. It's just a faint idea. And there's no need to pay attention to the meaning, but instead the sound of the words. Aham prema. We're going to meditate like this for a little while. And if you notice you're waiting for something to happen, treat this like you would any other thought. As you're kind to yourself, welcoming everything and resisting nothing. I'll keep track of the time. Aham, prema. Keep coming back. And keeping your eyes closed, stop repeating the mantra and rest in awareness. We'll practice a sutra practice now, which is like throwing a pebble into a still pond. The pebble being an intention and the still pond being your restful awareness. So we'll repeat each one of these sutras 4 times, once every few moments, as we start with the first one, peace. 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 Harmony. 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 joy, 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 love, 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 love. Reflecting on your initial intention, repeat that word or phrase in the same fashion. And now, with your eyes closed, let's rest in awareness together for a few minutes, and I'll keep track of the time. As our meditation comes to a close, I invite you to close your eyes, keep them closed, and I'll sound the chime. It's always important to come out of meditation slowly. With your eyes closed, you might deepen your breath. Tune into your heart center once again. Become aware of the body as you stretch it or move into the space around you. You can open your eyes when you feel like you'd like to, but take your time as there's no rush. I like to close my meditation by bringing my hands together in the prayer position, thumbs lightly touching the breastbone, and honoring that pure love that lives through you as you and lives through me as me. It's abundant, it's unconditioned, it's everywhere, in everything and everyone. We have to, I feel like, awaken to all this love. So I bow to that in you, and thank you for joining me today. I was reading this prayer earlier. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. So that's from the Corinthians, from the Christian Bible, and I love the way they describe it. So may you be surrounded by love. May you recognize that there's enough for you, just like there's enough for everybody else. So thank you for joining me today. It was yummy. I could have meditated a lot longer. So if you feel that way, you can mute us now and keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and invite you to share. One of the things I was writing about and I've talked about before is something called Mudita. I don't know if you remember me saying that, but Mudita is the practice of sympathetic joy. It's actually not even just a practice, it's the experience of sympathetic joy. It's recognizing that truth of love, that truth of everything: success, love, compassion, space, whatever it may be, that there's enough for you. And so that I can rejoice in it when you have success or joy or love. And it doesn't take away from the possibility of me experiencing it. Sympathetic joy, or mudita, is a beautiful practice that you can do anytime, anywhere. When you hear about someone's success, whether it be someone you love and you feel like deserves it, or whether it's someone that you don't feel like deserves it, it's just noticing how you respond when you hear about the success of others. So I'd love to hear if you have anything you'd like to share about that practice or how you're doing today. You can unmute yourself, I believe, and love to check in. There were over 50 of us on the call today, and it's always beautiful for me to be with all of you. Thank you for your notes in the chat, Ellen and Marianne. What am I tending inside? Oh, I love that. Hi, Jane. Anyone like to share? I think I've made it easy to share. I don't know. It's been a week since I've been on this. All right. How are you doing? Oh, you know what? Here. Now I think you can share if you want to. I think I had you muted. So if anyone would like to check in and say hello, feel free.
Good morning.
Hi.
This is Michelle in Washington State. This is so lovely, and it's lovely out. I got to the beach at 7:30 this morning. I'm in Pacific time, So beautiful. I loved that. I love that you give permission to be right where we're at, because when you did the mantra, and I've gotten to practice with this mantra several times with the teachers, and when you said it's okay if you don't believe it, you know, and I just love that I got to be right where I was at, and I was like, yeah, I don't believe that. But as I was doing the mantra, I could see that, oh, deep inside, where I'm still kind of cut off from and not totally connected to, I am pure love. I just don't experience it all the time or feel it all the time. I definitely don't exude it out into the world all the time, but it's there. And here and there, I get a little glimpse. So thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. So sweet. Thanks for sharing your vulnerability. And I know sometimes it seems impossible to feel it, to be it, but it's true either way. Just like gravity seems impossible, but guess what? It's true. Would anyone else like to share?
Hi,
Can
Sarah.
you? Hi.
This is
Linda.
Linda in Tahoe.
Hi.
I want to tell you how much I've loved your book. So as soon as the new edition comes out, I want to get one of those, and I encourage anyone and everyone to get this book. It is lovely. It is so inspiring.
Oh, thanks, Linda. You're so sweet. I wasn't trying to do a promo for it. I was just trying to sort of talk about where my mind was. So thank you for doing the promo.
You're welcome. I also wanted to mention that when I first started on the spiritual journey many, many years ago, I started with the Course in Miracles. And one of the principles that most drew me in was the statement that I am wholly loved and I am wholly loving. Holy with a W. However, I came to view it as holy with HOLY. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah. So thank you for helping me revisit that with that lovely mantra.
Oh,
Thanks.
thank you so much, Linda. I want to just share, I saw that Deb's getting her knee replacement tomorrow. Oh. So we're going to send you lots of good vibes. And the more you can stay calm and present, the more your body responds to the natural healing ability. So, keeping your wits about you and your peace inside you and staying completely mindful in this moment, because that's when the healing happens, is in the present moment. So good luck. I know it's going to go well. And is there anyone else that cares to share? All right. Well, it's so fun to be with you. I have to I can't figure out where any of my controls are. So there we go. So what I'd like to do, if possible, is have Sue tell you about her meditation tomorrow. And I'm going to stop recording if that's even possible. And would anyone else like to share before we say goodbye?